Man shot and injured while plane loaded in Portmore. A man was shot and injured by unknown assailants in Westchester, Portmore in St Katherine. The injured man was rushed to hospital by residents. Reporters have gathered that the injured man was among a group of people plane loaded about 3 p.m. when explosions were reportedly heard in the section of the community known as Georgia Court. The motive for the shooting is unknown, however. Residents say they are in shock of the brazenness of the perpetrators. This incident follows a triple murder shooting in Waterford, also in Portmore. 2 elderly residents and a teen were shot and injured during a wake along Portland West Road. The Portmore Criminal Investigations Branch CIB is probing both incidents, as at August 9, the St Katherine South Division recorded 35 murders. This represents a 39% reduction year-on-year, and this point last year, 57 homicides were committed. PNP launches Tell Pillow, Mission Jamaica Love Manifesto. Opposition leader Mark Golding says the just-released People's National Party Manifesto stands on 10 pillars that will build Jamaica. Golding, who was speaking at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston during the launch of the document, titled Mission Jamaica Love, A People's Pledge to Country, said the benefits of national development have not reached far enough. He said interior roads in every parish are in deplorable conditions, and many communities do not have access to water in their homes. Urban blight and decay plague our cities, while rural Jamaica has been left behind. Farm roads are impassable, irrigation is inadequate and outdated, and farmers lack the tools, machinery, and support system to produce and prosper, stated Golding. He said the 60-page manifesto is the PNP's plan for a new chapter built on its vision, Jamaica Love. The PNP president said the plan stand on justice for all, access to quality education, modern infrastructure, agriculture and food security, innovation and industry, care for the vulnerable, accountability in governance, land and housing, opportunity for youth, violence prevention and environmental resilience. He said the pillars are a compass. They will guide us to invest in people, close the gaps between uptown and downtown, between tourism zone and rural parishes, between the well-connected few who thrive while the majority feel neglected and dejected, the PNP president noted. He said a future PNP government will protect economic stability and leverage it into inclusive and sustainable growth, creating a new era of opportunity for those who are now excluded from prosperity while tackling corruption and the abuse of power in governance. Jamaica, time come to lift our country higher and build a future that belongs to all of us. Let us take this journey together, Golding noted. JLP expressing confidence in its forthcoming manifesto ahead of the release of the PNP's. With the opposition People's National Party set to release its election manifesto, Chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party Manifesto and Achievements Committee, Kamina Johnson-Smith, is seeking to assure that her party will present its manifesto in the time for it to be properly assessed ahead of September 3rd general election. In a statement to the media on Tuesday afternoon, Johnson-Smith said the JLP was curious to see what is outlined in the PNP's manifesto based on the promises made by a PNP official on the campaign trail so far. We look forward with interest to see what makes it into print because of course the announcement that they have been making so far have not only failed to inspire the people of Jamaica but have maybe required more thinking because they have required clarification upon clarification or demonstrated a clear disconnection for what it is like, the cost and funding of a budget in today's world, Johnson-Smith noted. The PNP launched its manifesto, dubbed Jamaica Love, a people's pledge to countries at a function at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, starting at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, Johnson-Smith said the JLP is maintaining its own timeline for the release of its manifesto. We are confident in the manifesto that we will put forward. We will launch it in the time that we have planned for it to be launched. It is completed, policies are settled, and we look forward to taking the opportunity to engage with the people of Jamaica on the manifesto and will do so in a sufficient time for it to be ventilated prior to the September 3rd date that the Prime Minister has announced, she stated. On July 30, The JLP also unveiled a document highlighting its accomplishments since 2016. The party says the report showcased progress that justifies its bid for a third consecutive term in office. Woman who made defamatory statements about Integrity Commission and defiled court order fined $500,000. A woman who reportedly made defamatory statements about the Integrity Commission on various social media platforms 2 years ago, then defied a court order, was found to be in contempt. Julie Malcolm was sentenced to a fine of $500,000. If she fails to pay the fine within 10 days, she would be imprisoned for 3 weeks. In a statement, the Integrity Commission noted that the Supreme Court has ruled in its favor and it relates to an application for a contempt of court order brought against Ms. Malcolm. It said the court determines that Ms. Malcolm violated a prior order issued by Justice Lawrence Sukarjo on August 16, 2023, and was therefore in contempt of court. As a consequence, Ms. Malcolm has been ordered to pay a fine of $500,000 within 10 days of being served with the order, or serve a term of 21 days imprisonment in default of payment. The contempt proceedings followed an earlier legal warning issued to Ms. Malcolm, who is alleged to have continuously published defamatory statements on various social media platforms about the Commission. It reported that on July 21, 2023, the Commission filed a claim against Ms. Malcolm seeking damages, aggravated and exemplary damages, interest, cost, and such forth relief, and/or other relief as the court deemed just. Then on August 2, 2023, a notice of application for a court order supported by an affidavit was filed seeking various injunctions. These include to require the defendant, her servants, and/or agency to remove all posts from Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and other social media platforms relating to the commission and allegations of corruption, as well as to restrain the defendant, her servants, and/or agents from uploading, publishing, or otherwise communicating the subject post or any words of similar content on Twitter, Facebook, or any other social media platform. Following a non-compliance with the court's order, the Integrity Commission filed a notice of application to contempt of court on February 18, 2025. The application sought several remedies including a formal declaration of contempt, an acknowledgement of the breach, committal to prison, legal costs, and any further relief deemed appropriate by the court. The Commission has welcomed the court's ruling against Ms. Malcolm, which it said reinforces the significance of upholding compliance with court directives. It said this ruling underscores the court's firm stance on enforcing compliance and the serious consequences of defiance. No significant environmental threat found following St Katherine train derail, stated NEPA. Following UC Russell Backside train derailment in the Bagwalk Gorge on Saturday, August 9, the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA is reporting that its assessment of the site has deduced that the risk to the environment is low. The accident, which involved several rail cars transporting aluminum to the port, saw 3 of the cars toppling over the retaining embankment and 1 partially entering the river. However, ground inspections and drone imagery confirmed that there was no significant threat to the environment, as aluminum spillage was minimal and confined to the base of the embankment. In addition, further evaluation by the agency found that none of the derailed cars contained hazardous materials. NEPA is also reporting that there was no sign of oil contamination or fish dead in the vicinity of the accident, and that the river's condition remained unchanged since Saturday afternoon. The agency is currently overseeing the clean-up operation, which is being undertaken by UC Russell to ensure that the surrounding environment remains safe. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.